Historians credit a 1st century Greek engineer with developing the first windmill. In the 4th century BC, the Chinese used wind-driven prayer wheels. Since the 18th century, the Dutch in northern Europe used windmills to grind grain. However, only since the early 1980s have there been any construction of wind farms for electricity production. Wind is the essential requirement to produce a wind farm. Wind is the atmosphere's natural movement. It is doubtful whether you or anyone else could survive on Earth without wind. Interestingly, recent space exploration vehicles have discovered that wind exists on Mars and Jupiter. You likely realize that to generate eco-energy from the wind requires places where wind is constant or frequent. Mountaintops and hilltops are the most likely places to receive prodigious wind amounts. In addition, since certain countries have more mountains than others do, you would expect these particular mountainous countries to have more wind farms than any other country. The country with the highest mountains in the world is Tibet. I'm certain they have wind-driven prayer wheels. However, these devices do not produce electricity. In addition, I have never seen Tibetan travel photos that contain wind farms. I can think of a couple of reasons why the Tibetans are not using wind farms. They have other eco-energy means to produce electricity, although wind farm plans are only in the feasibility study stage. A cheaper alternative is Wyoming. Electricity generating wind farms exist on the tops of several mountain peaks in this western American state. In clusters of more than 20, motorists can see several wind farms when traveling Interstate 80. You can sometimes observe the effect of these strong wind gusts by traveling along Interstate 80. From November through April, winds often blow over tractor trailers, SUVs, and motorhomes. This is due to these vehicles' high profile. Indeed, Wyoming is one of the few American states where the State Department of Transportation issues high wind warnings. If you have sufficient capital, can find some bare mountain peaks that you can lease, and are willing to go to Wyoming, at least to begin construction and see completion, you can set up a wind farm. However, you should prepare to deal with snow, a lot of snow. You would not yourself use the electricity generated by your wind farms unless you moved to Wyoming, probably to do ranching. More than likely, you would sell the power generated by your wind farms to Wyoming ranchers and/or Wyoming's utility company. West Virginia is also a mountainous state, suitable for wind farms. This state's winter months are somewhat shorter than those of Wyoming. In addition, I believe the wind blows less frequently and less forcefully in West Virginia.